Israelis today are marking 2 years since Hamas-led militants launched a deadly attack on their country, killing around 1,200 people and abducting 251 others. This plunged the region into a still ongoing war that has killed more than 60,000 people in Gaza, according to that enclave's Hamas-run health ministry. Well, now, a new four-part series on Paramount Plus, Red Alert, tells the stories of ordinary people caught up in those tragic events that unfolded on October 7th, 2023.
זה בקיבוץ?
افتحوا الشباك.
לאן אתה הולך?
לראות אם צריך עזרה.
לך כפרה, אלוהים ישמור אותך.
Joining me now here in studio is Red Alert's director, creator and writer, Lior Chefetz, who you see on the right, closest to me, and the show's executive producer, Lawrence Bender, on the left. Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome. Wonderful to have you both here.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it's for such a somber commemoration. This series focuses not on IDF soldiers or Hamas militants, but the lives of civilians.
Yes.
Why was it important for you to tell that story specifically?
3 months after the attack, the beginning was very shocking. And as an artist, as a filmmaker, you kind of lose your footing on the ground because all reality doesn't make sense anymore. But after 3 months, the shock settles a little bit. And me and my co-creator, Ruth Efroni, we decided to try to find stories that we can tell as a scripted drama. And those are truthful stories based on research. And as we interviewed people that were there, we found that there are amazing stories of real people, just regular folks, that are facing those circumstances and are standing up to it in acts of courage, of selflessness, of grace. And we found it really inspiring that in such dark times you can get a reaffirmation of what it means to be human, of humanity. So for us it was inspiring, and we went into the journey of meeting and exploring those places with real people and writing the scripts.
This hour, we heard from our reporters in Israel speaking with a hostage who was released, saying that mentally he still feels like he's trapped. You worked with people who were involved in events that day. How challenging was that, having them on set, incorporating them into the production, considering they had experienced such severe trauma?
It was an extraordinary experience, and as an American filming in Israel, where I was safe in my house watching it unfolded on TV, and being in Israel for almost a couple of months, spending time with people who were directly affected, people who had their loved ones murdered, people who had survived. It was difficult, but at the end of the day, it became almost like a therapeutic. At the same time we're filming and people are watching and being triggered, and then feeling like, okay, someone's telling my story. I think the one thing that was really important for me, as I spend a lot of time filming there, was that these people, after they were attacked, after they were traumatized, then the world turned against them. And these are the very people that need to feel love and to be held, and they felt alone and isolated. So I felt like an obligation to tell their story.
And as we're reporting today, it's the 2-year commemoration of that attack. There is no peace deal. Suffering continues on both sides. So how have you navigated the challenge of trying to script a complete story within 4 episodes that in many ways the backdrop to is still unfolding?
Yeah, could I just say that to me what's important is for people to remember why we are here. We're not talking about what the solution is, because you could be on either side of this. There's many, many opinions on what to do now. But what we did is we wanted to create the truth of what actually happened in the first place, what brought us here. And people need to be reminded what happened, that everyday citizens were taken out of their house and either murdered or taken hostage. And if our hope is that if people see the show and they'll basically see the truth, they'll be hopefully entertained in a way that is pulled into this drama, and then realize the truth, and that might change minds.
And this has been a whirlwind year for you both, only just recently getting the call that the show has been picked up by Paramount Plus, that it's running now, it debuts today. What do you want people who watch to get from this?
We want the war to end and the hostages to get back home. And because October 7 is the inciting incidents, it will be a very important tool because the stories are so truthful that people will be informed. Hostages, how it all started, who are those hostages? So we show those people how they're getting abducted from their own bed, from their own home. And we hope that we will put the events in a wider context to help people understand the nuances of the conflict. And hopefully it will help reach a resolution in the very near future.
I know you've both put a lot of hard work and heart into this, as has the crew and staff, and I appreciate you being here with us today. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
Red Alert is streaming now on Paramount+, which, like CBS News, is owned by Paramount Skydance. We'll be right back.